We'll go early. We'll go a little early. What's up, everybody? We're live. Welcome to the pre-show. Very exciting time because it's 7 o'clock on Sunday.
Yep.
I don't know. We're doing it. We're doing it. Pre-show where we talk about what we're gonna do on the show. Just a bunch of quick hits, really, this week. There was just so much news. The two biggest pieces of news were Marvel and DC really gave a lot of details about their upcoming summer events. Events. I think it's like I don't know DC Power or something.
Yeah.
And then what is it? Blood Hunt, the big vampire, you know, shindig over at Marvel.
Can't forget about
Um,
the vamps.
but man, they have a shit ton of tie-ins. So that's what I'm saying. There's just so much news with those two events. I think we're just gonna do
Yeah.
those next week.
Well, yeah,
Unless
Blood
something
Hunt.
big happens. But this week
Blood
it's
Hunt
all a
is.
bunch of quick hits. Yeah.
Yeah, Blood Hunt's been getting a lot of this press over at Marvel right now. So
Yeah, all week and last week, really, they were just inching
there's
out
like,
the news,
check
shit
out
ton of
this. Yeah, check out this
yeah,
cover. Check out this cover. Check out this cover. Like
yeah,
you're gonna
shit
buy
ton
our
of
books. Buy our
tie-ins.
books.
Yeah, shit ton of miniseries tie-ins, ton of ongoing tie-ins. They're doing a series of one-shot tie-ins, which is all mutant stuff, and that should be pretty good. I don't know how
Yeah.
to feel about that event. The DC event looks even cooler because it's building out of some of the other events that they have already, kind of been doing. And I really like that for my shared universe, my shared comic book universe. Damn it.
Yeah. If you're gonna share a universe, you have to make sure everything works well together.
Yeah, and it should all the time. Then we got a double dose of food news, one more gross than the other. We'll see. It's all a
Hooray!
matter of taste. We do have a moment of destruction, a couple things there, including Cobra Commander #2, which was
Cobra.
fire. I really loved it. Um, even though not much happens. I mean, it's really
It
just
was kind of
Cobra
it was
Commander.
kind of a slow issue.
Yeah, but it was still good. It was still action packed. And then a
Yeah.
surprise in my top three this week. I actually read a second issue of a Dark Horse book, and I had not read the first issue yet, so I said, "Fuck it, I'll just read both." And it is really fucking cool. I had a great time with it. So something I didn't even realize was a thing until I saw issue #2. It was like, wait, what is this book?
Ooh, spoiler alert.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I wonder where everyone else is. 4 minutes till. Dave did say he was gonna be here. Maybe I should check out the messenger again and see what's going down. Looks like nothing is going down. Oh well, I'm sure he'll show up eventually.
I bet he will.
There he is. I knew it.
Hey.
Cool.
What? Finally
Howdy, hey.
back, and it's not like you missed anything. We've been canceling shows left and right because I've just been
I
freaking
know. I've been
so
following along
busy.
in the.
I've been so
I've been.
busy.
I've been following along in the chat.
You don't have to say it like that, all demeaning and. I got a lot
Without
of
me,
shit
you guys.
going on.
Dave's like,
I got a
without
lot of
me,
shit going on.
you guys suck.
Yeah, without me, I listen to the show, and it's much better when I hear myself talk. It's so much better.
Actually,
when I'm
I
just
hate
hearing
how
myself.
I hate
I
how
know
I
you do.
sound.
I know.
I really hate how I sound. I sound
know,
like a
that's
child.
It's so funny. That is so funny.
I'm like,
So what's
hi
new, man?
guys.
Anything? Hey, let's do comics, guys.
Let's do comics.
Let's talk
Yay!
about
Talk
let's
about
talk
comic
about
books.
Yeah.
Archie comics.
Well.
There's Taylor too. Hey, Taylor's
Yeah.
in.
So,
David.
Everybody there's assigned
hello.
seating.
Hello. Hello.
I didn't even think he was still on this show. And where the
I'm
fuck is
coming
Adam
back.
again?
I'm coming back. It's just it won't be until like late June, early July, but I'm coming back.
Well, last time I looked at the calendar, it's still February,
It's
Dave.
February.
So
I know.
what was your
I know.
favorite part of lying to us?
Yeah.
So yeah, I was saying pre-show, we talked about the show, just a bunch of quick hits this week, like half a dozen, quick hits in the comics from all over the place. But next week we'll probably go because there wasn't enough time to do all of this and that, and I wanted to get these out of the way because we're still sort of unraveling the two big events coming from Marvel and DC this year. Power something. I've got it right here. Why don't I just fucking look? It's called Absolute Power. That's the big DC comic book event for this year. And then we got the Blood Hunt over at Marvel. So, yeah, we're going to get fucking waist deep into that shit next week. Cobra Commander in a crocodile pit deep next week. Into
It's a mutated crocodile pit. It's not
Dude,
crocodiles, it's alligators.
Oh, that's right. It's alligators. We're definitely going to
supposed
talk
to be
about
alligators. I know it's the Cobra versus Crocs, but
Yeah. Well, maybe they are Crocs.
they're in
Maybe
the
Crocmaster.
Everglades. Unless they're
Maybe-
American crocodiles, but
Yeah.
they're in
Did
the
you say they're
Everglades. So it
Escalades?
could be the
Did you
Everglades.
say they're in the Escalades?
No, I said they're in the Everglades.
Okay. I was hoping you said Escalades.
Because you were going to do that.
No, I was going to wait for Taylor
interior.
to do it. But yeah, we'll talk about Cobra Commander too. A double dose of food news and
At
then
the
reviews.
Cobra.
Comics were
Cobra
okay this
Commander.
week. There were definitely a few winners, but and I have a surprise in my top 3 that just came out of nowhere. Literally, I didn't even know it was a book. But yeah, let's just get into it, gentlemen.
Let's do it.
You don't think anybody will watch that garbage?
Some people will watch anything, Scarlet.
Yes, ladies.
I love that. I love that because they're talking about us, but really the Cobra. There was like a Cobra-thon at
Oh, yeah, it definitely applies to us. Like, thank goodness there are people willing to follow me.
Thank you, garbage lover. Yeah. Greetings, geeks. Welcome back. It's another episode of This Week in Comics, Outright Geekery's comic book shit talk show.
Shit talk show.
Finally got that heart. Gomer, Taylor, Andy, and yes, AK David back.
Dave bringing the energy on the intro.
He
there.
is bringing energy. Let me
It's a
just.
one-night engagement, but
We'll start with segment 1. I watched the Marvels. It was cool.
Yeah, it was
it's
fun.
not bad.
Yeah, it's not a bad movie.
That's not bad
Yeah,
at all.
It's not
I had
a
a good
bad
time with
movie. It just gets a
Had
lot
a good
of bad.
time with it.
It's a solid, like,
reviews.
mid-tier MCU movie.
Mhm.
Kamala was my favorite part of it. Her and her family are a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
There's fun set pieces, but yeah, it's
Yeah.
not a standout MCU movie, but it's not bad either. So
Well, that's the thing about the MCU right now. Endgame was like a peak, and then we sort of valleyed, and now we're digging out of the valley a little bit.
I mean, there's some gems in the
Okay with
valley,
that.
though. I mean, like
Oh, there
Shang-Chi
are.
was legitimately one of the best ones they've done, I thought.
Yeah, I love that.
Black Panther 2
No Way
wasn't as
Home?
good as the first Black Panther. No Way Home is maybe the best live-action Spider-Man I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's great. No, you're right.
Yeah.
But the big news, anybody watch Avatar?
I have not watched Avatar.
I've
No,
not watched
the
episode 1
reviews-
yet.
The reviews I have heard about this is essentially they feel like Sokka is Sokka or Sokka. There's too many people with that name.
It's Sokka in the real version, and it was Sokka in the or am I getting that backwards?
The
I think
Shyamalan?
Shyamalan like notoriously got all the names wrong. Like instead of Aang,
Yeah.
it was Ong. Yeah.
But they
Yeah.
they say it's
But yeah, I
basically
hadn't
like
seen it
Sokka
either. I hadn't
retelling
seen
the
it.
story is what it is.
Well, that's the thing. Is like,
There you go.
okay, so this is a live action adaptation of what is perhaps the greatest animated show of all time.
Yeah.
Well, at least the greatest animated show to come out of Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
dude,
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I legit
I
mean
mean-
all time. I mean, I cannot
Oh.
think of a single thing I would put in the same league as Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I could put Cowboy Bebop maybe above.
Cowboy Bebop's strong. That is a good contender. But
What about,
Even
Gravity
then, I think-
Falls?
Gravity Falls. I love Gravity Falls.
those are both good, but Last Airbender is damn near perfect. And that's the thing about adapting this to live action. I've heard it's
Tough.
fine. I've heard it's
Yeah.
like, it does like, it's fun to watch. It has some cool fight scenes and everything. It is literally impossible for them to live up to the standard of The Last Airbender, though.
Well,
Yeah, it
you're
is.
going to love the news that just broke on Twitter about there's a possible collaboration between Fortnite and The Last Airbender.
Well, who cares? Fortnite is.
I mean,
Fortnite
I don't
whatever.
see how it works. I don't see how it works.
Half the
They're trying to get
characters
money.
they use in Fortnite don't make any sense. I mean, they got Spider-Man gunning people down, and he's
Yeah, they have Darth Vader in there getting killed by
Yeah.
some dude with a
well, like,
gun that shoots like.
the biggest
toilet paper
complaint
or
about this
something.
would be like a big point of the story is that Aang is a pacifist. That is in fact
Yeah.
like that plays into the finale. It's a big part of the show.
Yeah.
But like him going around with a gun is absurd. But
It
then
is.
it's also
Exactly.
absurd for Spider-Man to use a gun. It's also
Darth
absurd
Vader.
for like Batman. Darth Vader would kill people, so that's not his.
Oh, yeah,
bad.
he
I
would
know,
be.
but not with a gun, though. I mean, the only time I ever remember him having
Darth
a gun
Vader
is when he
using
took it away
I
from
will
Han
tell you.
Solo.
I will tell
Well, I
you.
mean,
from personal
Goku and
experience-
Vegeta aren't just like fucking blowing up the goddamn planet. So
I
like,
know, right? Right.
there's a video that's going around where the Goku character actually fired off one of the Kamehamehas while he was on the launch island and hit the bus and killed everybody on the
Oh,
bus.
that's awesome.
And he
that's
got
so
like
cool.
a 999 kill, and it was just awesome.
That's cool.
But
So what
from
everybody
personal
do this
experience,
week? Anything cool?
Celebrate my birthday.
Oh, happy
Happy
birthday! I
birthday.
didn't even see it on the Facebook. When was that?
It's today actually.
Oh,
Oh,
well, happy
happy
fucking
returns,
birthday!
Dave.
Damn! Wow, I
did
feel like
birthday.
such a huge scumbag.
I mean, you are, so that's
I
appropriate.
am, but I feel like one. Usually, I don't feel like one. Yeah, dude, it doesn't say that it's your fucking birthday on Facebook.
I'm not that active on Facebook anymore.
I
so-
lied. I tell that I didn't have a birthday. I have a hatch day, like a
I,
dinosaur.
Yeah.
might have actually put February 29th. Actually,
Yeah, right.
Dave just came into existence one day, and you know,
I was just there.
It just
Hey.
entered the world fully formed.
So what else? What anybody else do except
Played
celebrate
some
another?
Pirate Borg today.
Oh, is that the RPG?
Yeah, it's the not D&D tabletop.
Nice, nice.
I mean, it's one of
Right.
many not D&D
Well, that-
tabletops, but this one is like pirate themed. So
Yeah,
Well, they're
Arr.
starting to come
if
out
you've
with
never
a whole
played
bunch-
Mork Borg, it's that, but pirates.
yeah.
yeah, it's kind
Ah.
of like Pirates of the Spanish Main.
Yeah, basically.
Dope. What about you, Andy? Anything? No, he was like, no, it's a terrible
no,
week.
yeah, nothing.
Fuck off, Bummer.
Got Super Mario Wonder. Been playing through that with the.
Oh, I've heard that's fun.
Yeah, I heard it's freaking great, man. I heard it's awesome.
It's very intuitive.
Yeah, I heard that even in a very crowded year last year for amazing video games, it was one of the standouts.
Even
Keep
our
talking.
son,
You're
who,
absolutely right. Talk about Mario.
yeah, even our son who is got ADHD and is autistic, high spectrum, is just like he can actually just like focus on the game and play it because it's just that intuitive. So it's a good game.
Oh, I'll probably check that
cat.
out eventually, but
My stupid
but
cat.
But the
did
creators,
that.
but the creators of the game obviously took like a crap ton of drugs while making it because it's so trippy.
Well, they
That's
are in a mushroom kingdom.
yeah, they're
Heyo.
Not all
no,
the
no,
mushrooms are
you guys
great.
are not going to be all shitty about Mario. It is a
Yeah, let's not
whimsical
be shitty about
childhood
Mario.
fantasy.
it's a childhood
Exactly.
fantasy
You
game.
sick
Ha I'm
fuckers.
tripping balls.
tripping balls.
But yeah,
How
finally,
dare you.
thanks to
Fuck
the
you,
fact that
Dave.
the writer's strike is finally over, we're starting to get finally some of the new stuff going on. So me and the wife started up Ghost season 4.
Yeah, I need to go back and get that. Is there a laugh track on that?
No,
No,
Okay, good.
I don't think there's been a laugh track on. Well, no, I take that back. There's laugh tracks around, but this one,
Yeah, I can't
I
watch
feel
it
like
when they
it's
tell
a-
me when to laugh.
it's a rare thing for a show to have a laugh track nowadays, and this one does
Yeah.
not.
It
Yeah.
bugs me when they laugh.
but yeah, Ghost American version is finally kicking out new episodes, and so is The Rookie. So we watch
Cool,
those.
cool.
Those are pretty cool.
Cool. That's what's his name shit, the rookie.
Nathan
where it's-
Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan
Fillion,
Fillion,
yeah.
where he's an old man cop.
Yep.
Old man
Although
cop.
the show's in like what? It's like 5th season or something, so he's
Yep.
subjectively not a rookie anymore.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, but it follows around the other
He's a
rookies who come
detective
in.
now. The rookie detective.
Do they just add a new character every season? Because like that's still a lot.
It feels like
of the
they're
show.
It feels like they're going to add a new character this season at some point to be the new rookie.
The new rookie.
I mean, whatever. They're not going to.
And then he gets to say, "Let's go, rookie."
Yeah, he does. He's doing that still right now.
We're gonna start watching that Jodie Foster shit that just ended, the Night Country True Detectives thing. We're
The
gonna
True
start that, I
Detective?
think.
I've heard
Yeah.
good things. Apparently,
That's
they've renewed it for.
that's been
season
really
5
good.
now.
I've watched a bit of that, and that's been pretty good.
Yeah.
I've heard good things about it. Haven't seen an episode yet.
Cool. Let's do news, y'all. It's a lot. All right, we start with some big business news. This is all the rage nowadays. James Tiny in the fourth. He's done what? Kill Something's Killing the Children, Department of Truth, Nice House on the Lake, World Tree. He's forming a new independent production house called Tiny Onion, and it's got aggressive plans to do film, TV, and animated shit. So
Good for
this
him.
is like what everybody doing, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
trying to get into these spaces.
I hope that works out for him, but yeah, I do. I wonder how much like support there is behind like every single writer attempting to do this, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's
Well,
only
everybody looking for content. Hollywood always looking for content.
yeah.
Well, the fact
Yeah.
that he has the World Tree right now, which is one of the best books out there.
It is
Yeah, it's pretty good.
fantastic. It is fantastic.
And he's got a bunch of other stuff. There's gonna be some support for this. There will be. I mean, World Tree by itself is just gonna have people looking eyes on this immediately when it opens up.
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff that he's done. You might as well open it.
Yeah, but
Well, in spite of me despising the name Tiny Onion,
I
do
think
wish
it's
it
it's
a
was
like
great
his
play
last
on his
name.
name.
It's
Get
He
it.
did the great
Yeah,
play on
it's
his
weird.
name.
It was not hard to figure out. I entirely get it.
It's an
But I mean-
onion. It's like an ogre. It has layers.
I'm glad he actually put
Damn
out
it,
Tiny
Donkey!
Onion, because for the longest time I didn't know how to pronounce the motherfucker's name. I was calling him Tinian for the longest damn time, and him putting out a company called Tiny Onion,
Yeah, James Tynion.
Well, the thing
James
is,
Tiny Onion.
the thing is, all the things he writes are across so many different companies. To get them under one umbrella is going to be.
Well, he owns them. He still owns them.
Does he? Because
Yeah, he owns all
yeah.
of his stuff.
I thought House on the Lake was definitely more like one of the DC imprints. I didn't think he.
I
would
know
have
that was.
he
Yeah, he
published
still
by
owns it, though.
DC, but
Okay.
He
yeah.
still owns it though.
because I can understand most of the other books he's got. Like they're
Right.
all independent companies. It's just Tiny Nice House on the Lake was.
It
DC.
was published by DC, but I'm pretty sure he still retained those rights when
Okay,
he did that book.
because that's actually the only one I can find that's
Yeah,
that's one of the major two. Everything else is like Boom, IDW,
Dark Horse,
Image,
yeah.
Dark Horse.
Just even that new distillery company.
Yeah.
I don't know if is he associated with Distillery?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's done some stuff for Distillery.
he's got a book coming from them. So they're not
Okay,
going to
then-
operate as a publisher, right? Tiny Onion. They're going to do independent creative services.
According
So-
to Eli over here, looks like something is killing the children. Has been in the pipes for a while now.
Yes,
Yeah, it has been. It's
That's
been
that's the
for a
last
couple
little
of years.
bit. That's the last little bit. That's going to be their first major project. Is
I'm just trying to clue you into that. Someone commented and you haven't put it up yet.
oh, sorry. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Thanks, Eli. Eli
Eli.
from over at the Bullies. He is exactly right. Something's Killing show is supposed to happen, and it's still in pre-production or whatever. So
Hi, Eli.
hey, Eli.
Thanks for the shout outs on the Bullies.
Woo. All right, moving on. And again, these are all really quick hits this week. Ultimate Spider-Man, which we'll talk about later, written by
Yes, we
Jonathan
will.
Hickman, that
Mm-hmm.
we will talk about in a moment, was originally offered to Chip Zdarsky.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, he said a couple of reasons he didn't take it. He was doing Batman at the time.
Yeah.
Which imagine him doing both Batman and Spider-Man at the same
Huh.
time.
I wonder if
Two of
that's
the
ever
most
been done
popular
before.
characters on
I
the
don't think
planet.
so,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm reasonably
Not-
certain the two most popular. Batman, I
Easily.
think, is consistently number one, and I think Spider-Man is consistently number two.
And sometimes they go back and forth.
Sometimes they go back and forth, but like I feel
And
like it's
sometimes, depending on how much that
I think-
issue of Spider-Man or Batman is,
yeah,
one of them is like the best selling, but the other one is like most dollars,
yeah.
Yeah.
which means they are so close
I
every fucking
think
month.
Superman's is usually number three, but like it's a
Yeah.
pretty distant third.
It's always Batman,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Superman in the top
Yeah.
three.
Yeah. And
Always the top
sometimes
three.
another book will get in there, like Transformers fit in. The first
X-Men
issue of
cracks in there, I'm sure.
Exactly, exactly. Ultimate Spider-Man, while not amazing.
The point is that like they're the two most
Popular.
iconic and recognizable characters.
Mhm.
Well, maybe outside of Superman, but they're like the two most popular
They're,
characters. at
they're your
least.
gateway superheroes into the comic books.
Oh,
Yeah.
easily.
But he
So the
didn't do
reason-
it. So-
Yeah, the reason he didn't do it, he was writing Batman. Okay, and that
And-
was one of the reasons he said. But
Well,
the bigger reason, the whole idea that was pitched, and this is a quote, he got to read all of the Ultimate Universe stuff way before it was actually out, and he said that Hickman had already done, and the plan for other books and stuff. And he said, I just read it, and I was like, this is so Hickman. Hickman should be writing this.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And
Yeah.
nothing against Chip Zdarsky's a great writer, but like this is kind of hearing that like Mike Tyson dropped out of the fight and they're replacing him with like Muhammad Ali.
exactly.
Still going to
Yeah.
be a fight.
Yeah,
So,
it's. I mean,
can't-
we're talking about this later. It's spoiler in the top three. So yeah,
We'll
yeah,
definitely
definitely in
be
the top
talking
three.
about this
Yeah.
later. Yes.
Yeah.
No,
Once we talking about this one.
But it just what could have been, if Chip Zdarsky was writing both Ultimate Spider-Man and Batman at the same time, that would have been just amazing.
that would have been
Yeah, if you're
interesting.
rating the two
Amazing.
best books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing. just great, good for him. But I mean, good for us too, because fuck, we got Hickman. But also Hickman, Hickman and Sanford
I'm
Green
waiting for
reveal the
this.
final fate of Doctor Doom. This may experience a visionary new take on Marvel's most iconic villain. In Hickman and Sanford Green's Doom #1, that's actually a misnomer. It's a one shot, so there only is going to be #1. So
This comes
I'm
out
not
on my
sure what's going to
birthday.
happen here.
Well, Jonathan Hickman wrote what is perhaps the greatest Doctor Doom story ever told. I mean,
Secret Wars.
Secret Wars alone, and then all the build-up that was done through like Avengers and New Avengers, and even all the way back to his Fantastic Four run. You could view that as like a big Fantastic Four / Doctor Doom story.
It was
that just kind of had the Avengers in the middle there for some reason. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to this. This isn't just a good writer taking on one of my favorite characters. This is one of perhaps the best writer working today, taking on a character he has already shown he does excellent work with.
Exactly.
I think inarguably the greatest comic book villain. I mean, you can make a debate for other characters.
I would certainly argue that, yeah.
Dr. Doom's a hero.
Oh, here we go.
He absolutely is not, but he is. I mean, back when we were doing I forget when we did it, but we did like that top 5 comic book characters. Dr. Doom was my number 2. I fucking love Dr. Doom.
Yeah, Dr. Doom's amazing
character, dude. So it's gonna be a one shot. It will showcase a universe-shattering battle between Doom and Galactus. Doom #1 will encapsulate everything that makes Doom one of pop culture's greatest villains in one standalone saga, perfect for all fans. Witness Doom team up with one of the only people he respects, Valeria, and they're going to save all that is and try to attain a cosmic status that he's only ever dreamed of. It seems like he's going to become the new Galactus in this, but I don't know. Galactus trying to bring about the death of the universe, and Doom's going to stop him. So, like Andy said, in this, he's kind of a hero.
I mean, there's a short list of characters where you could tell me they're going up against Galactus, and I would still say, well, Galactus is fucked, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not Hyperion, who famously blew a hole right through Galactus, which I fucking hated.
I enjoyed the Heroes Reborn stuff, but that was the fucking feats of the fucking Squadron Supreme.
Yeah, man, when we had all that free time, Eli, during the pandemic, when we did those top 5 shows.
I mean, what was his name? Dr. Spectrum, their not Green Lantern character.
Yeah.
He did all sorts of outrageous bullshit in his story.
It was so weird, dude. Yeah. But yeah, this should be good.
Cancerverse at someone at one point, I remember.
Yeah. Dr. Doom has basically done everything you can think of and more.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see what happens here. It's going to be great, going to be fun. We'll review it when it comes. Not finally, we got a bunch, at least 3 more stories. But again, they're all quick. David Pepos and Jonathan Lau, Space Ghost Revival set for May.
I'm on board.
I am 100% on board.
I mean, this could be fun.
This is Dynamite pushing their Warner Brothers licensed properties. Got to give them a hand for doing this. I mean, geez.
Especially Space Ghost.
This does well. We could see maybe a sequel to the Flintstones.
That was for DC, but they could recreate that in Dynamite, I suppose.
Yeah, they could.
I would love to see that, dude.
I was about to mention, all that Hanna-Barbera stuff they did. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Dude, remember the Batman Elmer Fudd story, which was fucking incredible?
It was,
like we said.
Tom King did that. And that was just way better than it had any right to be.
Dude, the Flintstones was brilliant.
The Flintstones is legit one of the best comic books from the last decade.
And they did that Snagglepuss book that was fucking fantastic. Holy shit.
They also basically just did the Hanna-Barbera Infinity War thing where they just brought every fucking character together.
That was really cool.
That was fun too.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and they did it was like Mad Max but with the wacky racers. I mean, it was just ridiculous shit. I think with this we're going to be more grounded.
Oh, this will probably be the vanilla version of the character. That being said, I mean, Space Ghost is just a spacefaring superhero. There's just
I would love to see at least one issue of this kind of go into the realm of Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm hoping for that.
Pepos has got to do something there. He knows the fans are going to want to see that shit.
I gotta have Brack singing, "Hey, look at the man with the tiny knees, the knobby knees."
Probably in the 3rd or 4th issue, and all of a sudden it's they just sit down. It's hey, welcome to Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah, or a
I
backup.
really like the one over there
every month.
on the far right there, where they're kind of aping the original like cartoon style there.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, dude. Yeah, and all these covers are great. David Pepos knows what he's doing. Jonathan Lau is a fantastic artist. Space Ghost publications in via comics started in 1966.
Mm.
So he's
Which
a
is
Silver Age.
Dude, right?
He's
Yeah.
a very late
Way
Silver Age
back.
kind of guy.
He's been around
Yeah,
all
I didn't
the time.
realize how awesome and how long lived.
Well, I was pretty young
Yeah.
at the time, but they did used to show like these old like 1960s Hanna-Barbera characters back on like Cartoon Network back in the day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think you got to watch it on Boomerang nowadays, but yeah,
I
You
do
can find
still
a lot
have
of it on
some
Tubi.
nostalgia.
I
You
do.
can find a lot
I
of
do
it on
remember. I do remember watching some Space Ghost cartoons before, like we had like networks dedicated to cartoons.
Space Ghost.
Oh,
It's fucking awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of
there
like
was-
Fantastic Four. It kind of is. They have a monkey instead of a gorilla or not a
No,
gorilla,
well,
a
Space
thing.
Ghost. I remember Space
The
Ghost being
thing
more
is the
along the
monkey.
lines.
What?
Yeah, the thing is the monkey in this.
The thing is the
Alright.
monkey, yes.
The thing is the
I
monkey.
think I remember Space Ghost being more along the lines of like a Green Lantern.
He was kind of like a Green
I
Lantern.
think they did a Space Ghost Green Lantern crossover back when they were doing all like that Batman.
I think that
Elmer Fudd
happened
stuff.
too. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that happened too. Dave, you should look that up.
There is. It was in 2017.
Wacky Races Mad Max style.
Man.
Eli in the chat. Yes. That was-
Dave's stepping up his research
So-
guy.
He is. He's all over it.
I was kind of looking up something. And I just happened to be like right there.
It's right there, right in front of
So
me.
yeah, I'm stoked for this. This was actually teased in the Thundercats revival issue, which was actually really good as well.
That was actually pretty good.
So I'm stoked.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just going to be like, if they're just throwing out like shit for the nostalgia crowd, I'm glad they're actually, putting in the effort,
Yeah, and they're getting good creators to do it.
Yeah.
Pepos is writing fucking Punisher right now. It's
Yeah.
not Castle, but it's still,
Still Punisher.
yeah, it's still Punisher. All right, like I said, I promise you all the news. Archie Comics has a new book called Judgment Day coming out. I know
Well,
Eli's
what
in
the
the
fuck
chat.
even is this?
He is a huge fan, dude. Archie and the
Is
horror
this like
shit.
Afterlife with Archie type stuff, or
In a world overrun with demons, Archie Andrews is on a quest to cleanse Riverdale of all wicked kind.
So he's Archie the Last Demon Slayer.
He's Archie the Demon Slayer.
are those
dude.
like Betty and
this-
Veronica's heads on pikes in that second one
That's
there?
exactly
Could
what
be.
that is, dude.
Yeah.
That is.
I mean, this leads
exactly
into the
what
fact
is.
that Archie does have a shared universe with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh my God, through the WB
Man,
shit.
They have done
Oh my
every
God, you might
fucking
be
thing
right.
you can think of with Archie now.
Yeah, it's Evil Dead
same.
Archie. You're right. it
Basically,
is.
yeah.
Eli in the chat. Yeah. So I'm stoked for this again. The fucking horror shit at Archie. The werewolf Jughead was freaking great. The Veronica when she was a vampire was incredibly good.
There's Cherry Blossom as the demon princess.
Yeah, they've done so much fun shit over there. So yeah, I'm stoked for this. I'm
Yeah,
stoked for this.
Archie Comics likes to have a lot of fun with their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. We had like Archie versus Predator.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty
That was
dude.
from way back though.
Yeah, but
is
that was
way back-
awesome. But yeah, it just shows how they're willing to say, we don't give a shit. We'll do whatever the hell we want to do.
Kids
Yeah,
like
yeah,
horror
yeah.
these days.
Come on.
Let's give them horror.
Yeah, the
Archie
Sabrina
has
comics.
Sonic the Hedgehog in his universe. I mean, he
Man,
can do whatever he
right.
wants.
Honestly, though,
Right.
the Archie people, their willingness to not have a stick up their butt about the Archie characters has like breathed a new life into the franchise.
Canon.
Archie
What's
really has.
canon?
Yeah, I mean they got a show. They got a weird ass. I mean, very big fan base. For
mean,
that show.
yeah,
And
I mean,
I've
that's
never
a-
seen
Riverdale's
an
pretty
episode.
good.
That was a little divisive, but whatever.
Yeah,
Well,
I've never
Riverdale's
seen an
decent. It's
episode.
not that bad.
I felt like it wasn't made for
A
me.
ringing endorsement.
Yeah.
It could be worse. Okay, it could be a lot worse.
Yeah. So art on this is Megan Hutchison. Writing this book is Aubrey Sitterson, who
Oh,
has
okay.
kind of been on a roller coaster ride the past few years. Man, he is freaking great. But man, he got in a lot of trouble when he was doing the G.I. Joe book for IDW and has lost a whole lot of support then. They also did Archie Slasher Scream style book last year. Yeah, I kind of remember that too. Eli,
Yeah.
I kind of remember that.
they
But
do
yeah,
have-
I like Aubrey Sitterson. He's a fantastic writer. He just needs to, not be so loud. But we get a Jay Lee cover here. We get a Rico Meraki cover and Francesco Francavilla. I'm not sure if we'll talk about it later because the issue was pretty good, but not that great. But it was kind of a surprise to me that the Nightwing book had a backup story drawn by Francesco Francavilla. I was like, what? This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very
How
good.
dare you tease this?
How dare you? How dare you? So yeah, look for that. We'll definitely be reading that and reviewing it. Finally in the news this week. That's right. DC Comics is now back to Wednesdays. All major publishers will now be releasing new material on the same day since the first time since 2020 announced at Comics Pro. The return of Wednesday releases will take place in July.
Woo!
So the company that gave us Wednesday Comics, one of the most fun, stupid, great, ridiculous propaganda promotional pieces in the history of comic books.
You're
Wednesday
talking about
Comics.
like that thing they did where it was like a big like newspaper that you would fold out. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I still have all of those, and they are in pristine condition. Like I book flattened them, and sucked all the air out I could. They are in just because man, those things do not wear very easily, But yes, Wednesday Comics is back at DC Comics. I don't know what that means, but it's happening. Oh yes, DC early releases, the pandemic days. It really is like,
Thank you.
all right,
Pandemics,
we're all
for giving us
done
all the
now.
good
We're all
stuff.
done with the pandemic now. If only the box offices would, do the same thing. But all right, that's it for the quick hits, man. There were a lot more, but man, we almost went 30 minutes just with the quick hits. So next week it's all events. All we're doing is talking about the 2 events. But for now, let's do news. It's gross.
Yummy.
And it may not be gross. It may not be gross. Yeah. It's been 4 years. Yeah, it's been 4 years.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah. All right. Thanks to Dave keeping his eye on the news. Choco Taco is making its comeback, kind of. A store called Salt and Straw, which only has locations on the West Coast but delivers nationwide, is bringing back the famous Choco Taco, made famous by Taco Bell. There you go. Never was a big fan of Choco Taco. Not because they never actually look like what we're looking at right now, but because they taste like sand.
I mean, maybe that's just because it came from Taco Bell.
Yeah, they used to come out of Taco Bell.
But I don't know. I mean, it's a fine idea. It's just like, you do a waffle cone, ice cream, and chocolate. It's just the shape is novel, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's everything in an ice cream cone, essentially.
I never cared for the flavor of the waffle. It would just be gritty and just dissolve into nothing.
I'm not a big fan of the waffle cone the way other people seem to be. I would always prefer to eat my ice cream, just from a cup or something. But I don't know. I mean, these are things that go together in different shapes, so that shouldn't ruin it just to shape it like a taco here.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Anybody else? Any opinions on?
I love Choco Tacos.
They're great when I can get a hold of them.
Hey,
well,
don't
now
be afraid to call Gomer an out. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to call Gomer a piece of shit when he's wrong. Just step up for yourself.
Here's the thing. I'm disappointed it's only on the West Coast.
No.
The fact that
You can order them. You can order them.
The fact that they discontinued Choco Tacos. I remember buying the last Choco Taco here in Minnesota. The store was sold out.
He's like, I was in the newspaper.
No, I wasn't in the newspaper. I wasn't in the newspaper. But it's like, I went to the grocery store looking for them. It's like, because I know they were going to sell out really quickly.
I screamed in the Kroger.
It's like, I went to the grocery store. I knew they were going to run out because they discontinued them nationwide. It's like, I need to get a Choco Taco, and I bought a box.
An old man came up to him, put his hand on his shoulder, and said, "Son, didn't anyone tell you the Choco Tacos are?"
He's got like a push broom. Did anyone tell you, son?
And then I opened the box, and there was a golden ticket, and I won a chocolate factory, and that's how I ended up here.
Taco Bell factory where the cat meat is.
Man, if you're bringing in that chocolate factory money, why the hell are you wasting your time on something like this?
Right.
And the Chumpawampas, and they're like
the Chumpawampas. They get knocked down and they get up again.
It's run by some little people who sing. It's fine. It's okay.
It'd be funny if somebody made like an
Oompa Loompa Chumpawamba crossover. I guarantee you, it's already fucking out there. We are not that smart.
Don't do a crossover. Don't fuck with the Raw Doll this stage here. But have like a chocolate factory and have a bunch of Chumbawambas working it.
They get knocked down and they get up again.
Are they going to see
right? That's Chumbawamba.
Yeah, that's Chumbawamba, yeah.
They have a whiskey drink and then a sour and then a lager. Anyway,
Chumbawamba doesn't have the clout to throw their weight around,
Yeah,
so.
that's right. Okay. It's not
on.
pizza. It's cheesa.
I hate this.
Oh, dude, I hate this.
This is just chicken parmesan.
It's chicken parmesan.
It's putting fucking like pepperoni on it. This is. This is one of the worst things you have ever shown us.
I know.
No, it's not. It's
the
up there though.
mustard. What was it like? Ketchup popsicles or
I
something?
mean,
we
okay, there
had
are
one?
worse. There were worse ones.
But this is
Like that-
disgusting.
Close.
I think that macaroni ice cream comes to mind. As
Oh
like
yeah, the
worst one, but
macaroni and cheese
No,
ice
the
cream.
This
real
is
cheeseburger.
bad.
The
Like,
real
I-
cheeseburger.
I love pizza and I love chicken, but putting them together is just such a revolting idea.
This is
Bad
like a crime
KFC.
against humanity, dude.
Bad KFC.
This is like, yeah. So they were teasing this in some other country where they also probably eat terrible things, but
Eli's absolutely right in that comment that's coming up.
it's 2 extra crispy fillets as the base with marinara sauce, mozzarella cheese, and pepperoni slices. Pretty easy.
Man,
You know,
I am
pretty simple.
convinced that KFC is just running like a long form experiment to see like how quickly they could just kill us all.
Yes.
You know, by making us eat this shit. They're thinning out the population.
Yeah. Congratulations, KFC. You've created a centuries-old dish.
Yes, they did.
This is
was
actually
brilliant,
available
Papa.
February 26th. So tomorrow, take off work, everybody. Get your ass to KFC. You know there's going to be lines.
You know
there's
that
gonna be
that,
lines for
line
this
at the
shit.
you know
KFC
that they're
next to
going to
my
have to
place.
fire that McDonald's and Burger King are going to have to fire back and bring back the chicken parmesan sandwiches.
I actually like Burger King's chicken parmesan sandwich.
And it's
In a
fine.
pinch, it's fine. Exactly. In a
Putting
pinch,
cheese
it's
on
fine.
the chicken isn't the problem here. It's putting the pepperoni and the marinara sauce all on the chicken.
Yeah, I'm not
On
a fan
fried
of that
chicken,
either.
you know?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either.
Ugh.
And especially
if-
like KFC fried chicken. It's already got all these spices and shit in it.
If I were to go to KFC
Basically
tomorrow and there's not
ruining-
an angry mob trying to burn it down, I'm going to be really disappointed in my community here.
The idea of
Right.
going to KFC is just to buy the chicken and get the mash and gravy and get your biscuit and get the hell out.
Get your mac and cheese, yes. Get
Yeah.
exactly, Andy, and then get the hell out of there. It's like
Yeah,
war.
There's no
You get
Give me
in,
that limited
get the
edi- give
job
me that
done, then you get the fuck
KFC
out.
edition Mountain Dew too.
There's no
What?
reason to get any of the extra stuff. You don't go there for be like, yeah, give me the chicken popcorn or go give me the whatever.
Yeah,
It's like, no, just
you're
get
good
your
for a
chicken,
bucket
get your mash
2
and gravy, get your
containers of
biscuits,
sides.
and get the hell out of the store.
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
That's it. That's all
Even
KFC
if I
needs
thought
to do.
this was a viable idea, I do not trust a fast food place to get this right. You know,
Yeah. Eli, the marinara sauce probably tastes like salsa. Yeah, I would
I-
think it's
I don't
like
doubt it.
heavy
Probably will,
ketchup. Like a heavy ketchup. Probably
gonna be a
nasty
ketchup,
as
yeah.
fuck.
that's probably
It's
it.
gonna be
It's probably
sugary
just
as
they put
hell.
a bunch of ketchup on the top of this fucking
Yeah,
It's
dish.
gonna be
fucking
sugary as
nasty.
shit.
Yeah. Cool. There's your food news. Let's do a moment. Man, I almost a minute and 30-second long intro. All right, so first a bit of news. The Energon Universe book has been kind of announced. It's going to be for Free Comic Book Day, but
Yep.
after Free Comic Book Day, Skybound is reprinting it with 4 extra covers and then selling it to you because this book has been so on fire. And I mean, and rightfully so. This is coming from that book. It's Megatron.
I
Finally,
just
we're gonna see Megatron in that book, and I can.
I love Free Comic Book Day because it just falls just right before my birthday.
Oh, that's nice. That's
It's
nice.
really sporting of Optimus to get Megatron his arm back here.
No, I think this is like a precursor.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is a
this is like
precursor.
a-
Yeah.
Yeah, like a I don't know, a flashback from what we got going on. But yeah, Braun obviously eats it. They are not hiding that. So yeah, that is gonna be cool.
He ate it in the movie.
He ate it in the
Oh, he's gonna
movie.
eat it.
I love that.
He's gonna eat it so good.
Megatron. Doo-doo-doo, and then he gets die, Autobots. Oh my gosh, I love that. All right, but the book this week, Cobra Commander. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. That's not the one either. Where the hell's
Hey, you're
there it
spoiling
is.
the top 3.
I know. Sorry. I actually didn't get a chance to read that. But anyway, Joshua Williamson, Andrea Milano, and Elisa Leone enter the Dreadnoks for Cobra Commander number 2. Buzzer and Ripper, 2 of my favorites. I actually purchased both of them last night in G.I. Joe Classified, as well as their dope ride, the Thunder
The
Machine.
Thunder Machine.
Man,
The
I loved having
Thunder
one of these as a
Machine.
kid.
Which
It
was
so cool.
introduced later by another future dreadnought. So, but
Yeah, what was his name? Thrasher.
yeah,
Yeah,
There's
he's like
Thrasher and Monkey Wrench were
yeah, he's a punk ass. He's like a punk. But yeah, very cool here. And then we get, Cobra Commander's buddy here, kicking some shit.
that guy has to be Nemesis Enforcer.
Oh, he has to be. They've actually hinted that
Oh, his
Nemesis
butler?
Enforcer. Yeah, his little butler guy here. He's got
Yeah,
to
that's
be
that's
Nemesis.
His
Nemesis
bodyguard.
Enforcer. That's Nemesis Enforcer now. After this last issue, it has
That
to be
has
him.
to be Nemesis.
Or a new character, but I don't see them doing that. And then enters Zarana, one of my favorites. I have her figure sitting like
I have
back
her
here,
too.
right back here on the shelf. She is fucking fantastic. And then a bunch of alligators, most likely, well, crocodiles, because here I'll turn off the
They're crocodilators.
banner. It says Cobra versus Gators.
They're crocodilators.
Yeah, these are going to be what some
Energon mutated alligators.
Yeah, Energon mutated alligators,
So
crocodiles.
does
whatever.
that mean we might get Crocmaster?
They just
I
explicitly
want
said they were
Crocmaster
gators.
very badly.
They're crocodilators.
Yeah, it's a crocodigator.
Crocodilator.
You know, you
Yeah,
guys know
what
the
the fuck
difference.
ever.
You know the scientific difference between an alligator and a crocodile, right?
It's their heads.
One says "see you later," the other says "after
Oh
a
my
while."
fucking
Wild
god!
crocodile.
A lot of action in this issue. It's fucking great seeing the dead
no,
dreadnoughts.
you don't just get to move on from that without being.
We're continuing
shamed
on. Move
for
on.
it.
Move on.
No, Gomer will
Eli, I
feel
had-
no shame.
I had the Thunder Machine too, man. That shit was dope.
Isn't
It
there a
was easily
transformer?
my
who's-
favorite ground vehicle for Cobra. It was awesome, dude. I
Isn't there a
loved it so
transformer
much.
now that, wasn't there a transformer released at the Thunder Machine?
No, they did the Hiss tank. They did the one Jeep looking thing, but I think they should do one. They really could, but it would be like for the 3 1/4 inch figures, not for the 6-inch figures. You know, and that'd be cool, but I don't collect those. But again, not much happens in this. It's really for all about the folks that we're seeing. You know, come into the.
We're building up to
play here.
Zartan.
I do think
Yeah.
that of all the
This is
Energon
universe
books here, this is the one that is least enjoyable for people who are not already steeped in this stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, we
agree
mentioned
with
it last time
100%.
that, like, you know, oh shit, it's Cobra Lot means fucking nothing.
Exactly.
To me.
Well, I was talking about,
It's
oh shit, this has
fucking-
got to be Nemesis
this being
Enforcer,
Nemesis
and you're like,
Enforcer, I don't
who?
I don't know who the fuck that is.
you're like, who are you talking
That's
about?
what I said. That's what I said about this shared universe that's going on is the fact that there's a lot of like in-depth detail. If you know the lore, you can be really into it.
All I appreciate about Duke that I can just
Yeah.
enjoy like a bunch of like, you know, action like gunfight scenes. I enjoy about Transformers that like I do know who those characters are, but like, you know, it's just a good book regardless of whether it's a Transformers book. It does
Yeah.
a good job. Like,
And the fact that this book that
Same
actually
thing
does,
with the Duke book.
yeah,
It's just a fun
book-
action comic, you know.
yeah, and this
Yeah.
one I feel like is just yanking you around if you're a fan. You know,
There's another great point to the Duke book. We saw Duke in the Transformers book. It feels like an honest to
Yes.
goodness spin-off.
that is the
Cobra
reason
Commander,
I got
not
the
so much.
the reason I got the Duke book was because of how fucking awesome his debut in that Transformers book was.
Exactly.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, 100%, dude. But yeah, I like what they're doing with the Dreadnoks in this too, being this like Everglades sort of redneck murdering douchebags. It really fits into. You know,
it fits into their characters very well.
But
Perfect.
they're Australian, aren't they?
yeah, they're supposed to be.
That's
from
why
New
they're Crocs for.
Because when I read it,
there you go,
if
Andy.
I read it in their
They're
voices,
imported.
they're not. Hey, y'all, we told you we were going to take you home. We weren't going to let
Yeah.
you go.
I'm sorry they're fucking up the textured lore of the Dreadnoks for you there, dude.
I still read this in Zorana's voice. You know.
It's hard
Hey,
not
gone
to.
nutso. I mean, I can't help it. I just
It's
hear
hard
those
not to.
voices in my head.
Y'all
you know?
gone nutso.
Whenever I read any of these characters, I just like instantaneously just flash back to the 80s. It's like, yeah, that's how their voices are. That doesn't matter.
When
Dave
you
cracks
destroy
me
the foundation, the rest comes tumbling down.
Exactly.
That's exactly what he says. Remember the one where they went to the space station, the Pyramid of Darkness, and the Dreadnoks are riding 4-wheelers around on this space station?
Yes.
It's so fucking cool. But I'm like watching now, I'm like, man, I was such an idiot kid. You know, how about the crew of the space shuttle? They bring like Mutt and Junkyard. They literally have like a Rottweiler
Oh,
running around on this
Junkyard.
fucking space station. I just watched that
Totally
yesterday.
forgot
man.
about Junkyard for a
I
second.
just watched that
mentioned him.
yesterday. I was like, this is fucking ridiculous. I love it. I love it. So yeah, Duke number 3, I think it is next week. I've already read it. Pretty slow, but still a really fun read because by the end of the issue, you are moved forward, you know, and it's like, okay, yes, now we're going. But these are, again, Cobra Commander and Duke are only 5-issue miniseries. That doesn't mean that next month we're not going to hear an announcement of 2 new miniseries, you know, coming out to replace these. I would almost bet $1 million
you
that
get
we
to the-
are. Why would they not? You know,
When you get into the shared Energon universe, which is going to be starting up in like June,
Yeah.
you're going to get more.
Oh yeah, wait till it's Tomax and Zaymont. Man, I cannot wait to see the spins they put on them. I hope they add something new to them with their shared, sort of psyche. I just really
there's
love
a
that.
triplet.
Oh yeah, there's
There's a third one, yeah.
Maxot, the triplet. All right, let's do top three. Man, there were some good books this week. I'm going to give a shout out to Yes, Cobra Commander. Had a great time with it for an honorable mention. And A Real American Hero, number 304 was, really fun. Really cool artwork and a lot of shit going on. Edge of Spider-Verse, just the Weapon 8 story from Jackson Lanzig and Colin
Yeah, that
Kelly.
was pretty good.
It was really fun, dude. They put Logan through the fucking ringer. And anytime you put Wolverine through the ringer, I am there for it. But my actual honorable mention is Justice League Godzilla Kong. Man, just big.
Take the
dumb,
toys out of the toy
stupid
box and
fun.
smash them together.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did here. And
I mean, it is one of those like, what the
Grodd
fuck
shit.
else do you want? Of course we want General Grodd, like showing up on Skull Island. Not General Grodd, Gorilla Grodd.
Yeah.
But
well, he was kind of General Grodd in this.
He was General Gorilla Grodd.
But of course we want Godzilla versus Kraken versus whoever the fuck that other one was.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah.
Tiamat.
No,
that they do have in the MonsterVerse. They do.
Oh, there is that actual Tiamat.
There is a Tiamat. Yeah.
Oh my god,
Man,
that's weird.
I don't care.
Like Tiamat.
Okay, that is my biggest complaint about this series. Is like they are using a lot of like bench warmer kaiju other than Godzilla and Kong.
Well, besides Godzilla and Kong, there's,
I mean, they
who
kind
else
of
is there?
busted.
Mothra.
Maybe there's yes,
Rodan?
there's fucking Mothra. There's Rodan. There's Ghidorah. Maybe they're saving some if they want to do a sequel series or something.
Yeah,
Ghidorah's
you know there's
awesome.
gonna
I
do a
want to see a
sequel.
Ghidorah. Let's get Ghidorah in there.
Let's get brave and put Biolante in there.
They can do they can do Death Destroyer. There's a fuck ton of kaiju that
I wanna
people
see
have a
Ghidorah.
passing familiarity with. I
Oh,
know
we are gonna see
Z-listers.
Mechagodzilla.
We are getting Mechagodzilla. Of course, you want Lex Luthor trying to pilot Mechagodzilla.
Of course.
Oh yeah, Lex Pilot and
Yeah,
Mecha.
every damn time. I loved this just because I hadn't seen fucking Jessica Cruz and Simon Baz in so long, and they're my favorite fucking Green Lanterns.
I like
love
how
them
even
both so
here
much.
they refuse to use Kyle.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know, dude. I thought the same
Everybody hates
fucking
Kyle. That's the
thing.
point.
Kyle's my
Nobody likes
favorite.
him.
Same thing.
Man, Kyle is easily the most fun Green Lantern. I don't understand
is so
people
much fun,
not
man.
liking him.
Yeah, he's fun,
Yeah.
but
Whatever.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah, I mean,
my honor.
it was fun.
Oh, Eli's saying some lawyer in the chat. He doesn't think that they have the rights to the Toho.
So they have the right to Godzilla, but they can't use any others.
they don't.
I mean,
have-
maybe
You have the right to
Legendary
Rodan and Mothra and Ghidorah.
They have the right
Legendary
to Godzilla.
did use those.
Mechagodzilla.
That second Godzilla movie, they really blew their wad with all like the most famous kaiju in that
Yeah, I
one.
don't know how
Well,
any
they-
of that works.
There is rumors that this Godzilla Kong New Empire is setting up Space Godzilla.
Space
Godzilla.
Godzilla. That's why the MonsterVerse show was meh. Yeah. Well, I heard that Monarch show was okay. Are you talking
Monarch
about
show
the
was
Monarch
fun.
on Apple? Yeah, I heard it was good. I haven't watched it. I don't have Apple.
Again, it is
like
like
giving them
just
money.
Godzilla, but like it's. I don't
They're
think
going to give us.
what do they call it?
Mechagon.
The Proton Dragon or some fucking thing that was like the
Ion
main attack?
Dragon.
Whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, I'm not up on that at all. Anyway, my
Whatever.
number three.
At
this
the
week-
very least, it's
Oh,
got some
please.
fun clips to watch on YouTube. Anyway, sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
right. All right, my number 3 this week, complete shocker to me because I had skipped issue number 1, St. John, issue number 2. This is by Dan Schade, Brendan Wagner, and a company called Portland Gear is sponsoring it. It's on Dark Horse Comics. It's about a masked guy who runs around Portland, Oregon doing good deeds and is somehow like supernaturally connected to the city. And it's quite good. It's got like this superhero angle.
So it's a
for
comic book
sure.
version of Phoenix Jones.
Exactly,
Phoenix
kind
get
of like
arrested
that,
for-
dude.
Or it's kind of
Yeah.
like that City Boy thing that came out. from
It is
DC.
kind of like City. It feels like there is a City Boy as well. Well, there's cities like telling him go here and help out here, But the bigger part of it is like it's sort of a slice of life thing to it, where it's like exploring the city of Oregon, Portland, meeting people in Oregon or Portland, Oregon, and also this main character is hanging out with this reporter from New York City named Tori Slate. And it's like there's this romantic thing happening. And I was just kind of blown away because I was like, wait, this is sponsored by a clothing company. But I read the first issue and I was like, nope, that was great. It reminded me of some of that IDW slice of life stuff. What was that Vineyard one? Time and Vine, and they had a one called Long Distance. None of those had superhero shit at all. They were legit romance slice of life. But this has just enough superhero shit in it where I think anybody can pick this up and really have a good time.
Oh.
And Portland is fucking cool. And
check that out then.
they make the city like a living, breathing thing in the book, and it's only 2 issues in, and it's fantastic.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is an overrepresentation of like a lot of cities in comics, like New York and LA. So it is nice to get out of some other metropolitan areas. I mean, the Metropolis and
Right.
basically just New York, but not New York.
Yeah, and especially because so many comic book creators make their home in Portland. So it really kind of works. But cool. That was my number 3. Taylor, honorable mentions.
Okay. I really had to whittle down the honorable mentions this week. But Incredible Hulk, number 9, a lot of fun. We get to
somewhere. Yeah.
This time our monster of the week is like some sort of cryptid in New Orleans, and that's fun as hell.
Yeah, it was fucking cool. It sucks it was a guest artist, but it was still good.
But it was still fun, and like just like that is such a cool place to have a creepy story. New Orleans got such vibes for that. Nightwing number 111 was a lot of fun. You always like to see Dick's relationship with like his supporting cast, and in this case, Batman. That's been one of the strengths of this series for sure.
Yeah.
In that backup story that we mentioned earlier, it was really fucking fun,
dude. Not only was there this spin on Heartless, this really cool moments with Dick being like the dad that Bruce can't be. That was
at the same time. It also did a good job showing off like Bruce and Alfred being dads for Dick back in the day, and like
it was so great.
Bruce genuinely trying his best and like imperfect but doing good.
Yeah, but then this treat at the end where we get this Francavilla freaking backup story drawn by just one of the greatest artists who doesn't really draw a lot anymore. Does a lot of covers, but interiors,
it's always a treat to see him do interior stuff.
It was beautiful, especially see him do big 2 stuff. Yeah, it was awesome. So good.
Another one for Guardians of the Galaxy Annual. This wraps up that Guardians of the Galaxy story that the Hive Mind has been doing. So, Drax like playing the saxophone to reignite the sun and everything. That was just like a big showstopper moment. And
it was cool, man. It was. I mean, just the sentence alone sounds fucking ridiculous.
It does, but it's such a good moment.
So doing Hive Mind stuff.
Yeah. It's so worth, dude. It's so worth.
So this was a real hoot. But my actual number 3 this week is Wonder Woman, number 6.
That is my number 2.
This was just a fight. This was just a big brawl from cover to cover, but this was really fucking well done. Giganta reaching out of the fucking ground, her throwing the goddamn Washington Monument.
I have it.
This, and you have also the one where Wonder Woman just throws it back
at her. Perfectly done art. I like this. This was my favorite moment of the comic in a comic that had so many favorite fucking moments. This throwback shit. It was beautiful.
They took something that is kind of famous for being like a really goofy thing from like the 70s, and they made it cool.
Yeah, they did.
I know. It was, I mean...
And then like Grail coming out at the end is like the fucking heavy, and them just having the big brawl at the end of the issue. This was a really awesome fight. Now I will say that like if this is the best the president of the United States could put together, he really fucking sucks, because like he brought out 2 guys who got knocked the fuck out after like a minute of trying to do mind control stuff.
Yeah.
But whatever. Also, the king of the US like narrating all the shit gets a little old, because I am sick and fucking tired of like his taking so goddamn long to say anything.
He uses words that I have to Google.
But hey, you know what? I should hate this guy.
That he's smarter than everybody else.
I should be gleefully anticipating this guy getting the taste smacked out of his mouth whenever that eventually happens.
Oh, and it will happen too.
Oh yeah, I mean they say over and over again during the narration, it's like, before she utterly defeated me.
Yeah. He is kind of like a mustache twirling kind of guy. So
he's
full
such
of himself.
Fucking shit-eating bastard. You hate him.
I love it. I love that I hate him so fucking much.
Oh, you're supposed to hate him. They are doing a good job making me hate this guy.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, what else the fuck do you want? With like the fucking Washington Monument like clapback shit we're getting here.
Oh, dude, it was so damn good. Wonder Woman might be maybe the best book after the first arc. This first arc is over. This might be the best book at fucking DC.
It's a
I can't
strong
get enough.
contender.
I
yeah.
cannot
Very
get
strong
enough
contender,
of this.
yeah.
Out of the Trinity, it's way better than Batman is right now, and it's really good that even though it's just the first arc, Superman has had a little bit of a head start.
You know what I will
Okay,
say
Jeff.
though?
Jeff got
Oh,
in
hey,
late.
Jeff.
What's up, dude?
What
What's
up, my dude? But you know what I will say? I can't remember the last time all three members of the Trinity had books this good at the same time.
Yes. 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that.
Exactly.
Despite Chip doing this Joker thing, which I'm still way behind on.
I mean, I don't like the idea of that in the first place, but
Man.
whatever.
This book is fantastic. This issue had me glued to the pages. Like, I could not wait to flip the next page. From this, and then this, like, oh, what is he going to do next? Holy shit. It was like, and then, oh shit, she did what? Oh, yeah, just from the first page to the last page, I couldn't get enough. All right, who's up? Dave, we going around?
Me.
And then
Yep.
with Andy?
All right. Honorable mentions. The Six Fingers, #1. Kind of a weird
That's my number
book.
3.
Nice. We'll talk about it then when Andy's up. Because,
right.
I kind of dug this too, even though I had no fucking clue what was going on. I think that's the point.
Incredible Hulk #9.
Good choice.
Yep.
And my last honorable mention is Blasphemous.
Yeah, I did not get a chance to read this, but I did get the cover.
Yeah.
It's Mirko and Mirka Andolfo. So
Yeah, it just pretty. The premise is somebody made a deal with the devil, and to basically become immortal, and she is right now like the biggest, or in the current timeline that she's in, she is the
like a big
she is
internet
a miracle.
star.
Well, she's a performer, but she also performs miracles.
Oh.
But the premise behind the book is that hell won the war between heaven and hell, and they're running both heaven and hell.
Oh, jeez. That's not get the salt, Sam. Dean.
Get the salt, Sam.
But my number 3
best
pick
Dean
this week is going to be Aliens, Black, White, and Red and Blood.
Oh, I didn't even get a cover for that.
That's a good book.
Oh, yeah.
Man, this was just like a kind of a throwback to at least the very first Dark Horse comic for Aliens was black and white.
Yes. Yeah.
And they do.
Do you know why it was black and white?
They
didn't want to spend the money to color it because they didn't think it was going to do very well.
I kind of figured it had to be something with money because it was very early Dark Horse.
Very early
Dark Horse. So, but it's kind of a throwback to that. They do have these pops of color in there. My favorite story of the 3 stories in the book so far is the generation ship that's full of a bunch of socialists, and they find a salvage ship and it has aliens on it, and they make the choice for the betterment of the ship to basically seal off the ship with people still inside the containment area.
Oh my gosh, that sounds dope.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and check that out. I skipped right over it.
But they have
over the Predator book this week too. I was like, man.
I did not feel the Predator book this week. I was not feeling it, but this was really good. My other favorite story is the Marines that basically take these rich bastards on a bug hunt and then shut off all the stuff that's supposed to protect them,
just to fuck with them.
They're like,
awesome.
all our people, all our guys have gone through this hell just to make sure you could hunt these bugs in relative safety, but not today.
Nice.
So
cool, good choice. Yeah, I wish I'd have grabbed the cover. Sorry. Yeah, I totally skipped it. Andy, honorable mentions.
My honorable mention goes.
Number 3.
My honorable mention, besides the Edge of Spider-Verse #1 with weapon number 8, that was really good. I enjoyed that.
Dude, it was.
That was really good.
Rad,
my honorable mention this week goes to Animal Pound #2.
Man, it just.
The Animal Farm
I want to
reference.
cry, man, and reading this. I just don't want to read it anymore.
This was just so well done.
It's emotional. It's because it's animals.
Yeah, I know. It's like it gets to your heart.
To read this book. It does. It's hard for me to read
it gets right to your heart. But like I said earlier, my number 3 is the Six Fingers. This ties into the One Hand, which came out 2 weeks earlier. This has to do about the other side of the story. So the first side of the story is about the detective searching down the serial killer. This has to do with the serial killer side of the story.
Oh,
And he is
I think I did not read the One Hand. So
You should check it out. The One Hand, dude. They go together.
They go together.
They go together.
So the One Hand is about this very like on his last legs old detective who's like doing like it's like it's like I can't do this anymore. It's like I'm getting too old for this shit type rape
Right?
stuff. Basically, that's how Ram B sets him up, though. That's how Ram B wrote him.
Yeah.
I mean, mad props to Ram B writing a really good detective story at the beginning, but this ties into it. This is the serial killer side of the story, where it's how I mean, in the One Hand, there's like, is it the same serial killer? Is it someone new? Is this something different? They kind of like they don't know what's going on, but then this is like, oh, this tells you the serial killer side of this story. So you're gonna have this
kind of
cat
just
and mouse.
this office rocker dude
Yeah.
who he's just detached from reality in a way that feels really natural. The way Ranvi told the story is really natural, putting himself into danger just for work, forgetting about things, and then apparently having like a psychotic break that you travel along with him through the whole story, and then you realize, oh shit, he's having a break, a mental breakdown right here. And then it's sort of like an awakening for him. Like he also, along with the reader, realizes that he's having this psychotic break. And then it opens a door for him to be able to do whatever's going to happen in the rest of the series.
So
the way Ram V was able to communicate that was just really well done. He's just a master of that
These
shit.
two books are going to work in tandem, and I can't wait to see how they continue on down the line.
That's
why
a
it's
big
my
trend.
number 3 for.
That's a big trend. The Massiverse started it. We got Lemire with his, Bone Orchard shit. So it's a really big deal to do like these kind of shared universes, but not really. Even the Transformers G.I. Joe, is doing it. So it's hip. It's a hip thing to do now.
Mhm.
So yeah, great book. I'm gonna have to go back and reread the One Hand.
Yeah,
I sort of
read the
glossed
One Hand
over it.
first. Read the One Hand first.
Yeah.
It really sets up a lot of good stuff in the Six Fingers.
Yeah.
Or the Six Fingers. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that messed up.
Yeah. No, that's what it is. It's
the Six Fingers. I
Yeah,
want to say the sixth finger, but it's the Six Fingers.
Like the sixth one.
Yeah, the sixth one.
All right, cool. My number 2 again, Wonder Woman. Number 6, in my opinion, the best book going on over at DC right now. Taylor, number 2.
My number 2 is Daredevil, number 6.
It was solid.
Man, just the Cooter art where he's like going through his soul search, right? Where he's like going through like a hellish version of Hell's Kitchen, and like he's like fighting his demonic counterpart, and he's like moving through like the layers of that demon's eyeball and all this shit. The art alone was like trippy as fucking hell in this book. But yeah, I mean, this has been back to like sad Catholic boy Daredevil in a really good way.
It is.
Like Daredevil can be fun, but Daredevil is also, is sad boy Daredevil a lot of time, and this is good sad boy Daredevil.
It's almost like the anti-Spider-Man. Like, and I don't want to say that because, all right, it's not a good place where Matt is at, but it's not like they're picking on him. You know what I mean? The Spider-Man book, it almost feels like they're picking on Peter.
Oh, in the Spider-Man book, they're totally picking on Peter.
We're traveling along with the misery.
It's not just misery porn. I mean, Daredevil is able to like push back against it. He goes into like his soul searching mode, and he's in a dark place, but he bounces back in this issue. That's something that separates that type of thing from. I mean, I hate the current Spider-Man run just because it is just let's just shit on the character constantly.
I hate it. I just hate that book so much. I'm sorry. I just don't like it. They need to come off that shit. But yeah, Daredevil, this run of Daredevil, it's like we always say, Daredevil is one of these like prestige characters. It's a badge of honor. When your number is up, when it's time for you to punch your ticket on Daredevil, you bring it all. And Ahmed is bringing it all. Ahmed is bringing it. Period.
Absolutely.
Yeah, period. Cool. Excellent choice. Dave.
All right. We've already talked about it a bit. So just Cobra Commander number 2.
Cobra.
My number 2 pick this week.
loved this book so much, and it's because I am just a big fan of GI Joe and these characters and these vehicles and their attitudes and everything. I'm just a huge fan. So yeah, excellent
yeah,
choice,
like
dude.
you were saying, if you're a big fan of the series, and you know some of the lore, at least the cartoon lore, it's nice to have a bunch of this sprinkled in.
Yeah, I love it. And it's
I'm
very
definitely
early on in the whole shared Energon universe. So
yeah.
to see that this is the direction that they're starting is refreshing to me. Because yeah, there's no way I can lean away from that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh
Yeah.
shit, Buzzer Ripper. Oh shit, Zorana. Yeah, excellent choice. Excellent choice. Andy, number 2.
My number 2 is Cemetery Kids Don't Die.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to read this, but I did get a cover for it because it's hot.
This is
It's like the hottest book. And I wasn't able to find a copy, so
this is really well done. It's kind of like got that what is life, what is death type thing, but it's also on the internet. So we have that internet theme that we've got going on for the past couple of months. That it's like
oh
all
god,
this
so
internet
many
horror stuff
books.
has been going on, and this
So
is
many
really
books
good.
are doing that.
This is good internet horror where it's just like we're playing this game. It's called the Dreamware, and also next thing you know, one of our friends gets kidnapped by the big bad and who's called the King of Sleep, and now we have to go rescue them. But it's got all this other like horror internet stuff going on in it, and it's like this tale of friendship that's going to be carried through. And I think that uh, uh, Zach Thompson, who wrote this book, he did the Dreads, I believe. Also, I think that was a good
The
book that he did.
Dregs, yes.
Yeah,
I
the
think he
Dregs.
did do
Yeah,
the Dregs.
yeah, that was a good book, and I kind of like his writing. So he did a really good job writing this.
Nice. That's on Oni Press. Haven't talked about Oni in a long time, but they have got some really good,
I just liked
really
it. I
good
thought it was
books
really
coming
cool.
out.
I thought it was really cool.
No, I need to just find
It's
a
like,
copy, dude. I wasn't
yeah,
able to find one.
it did have this like kind of philosophy, like what is life, what is death, what is reality, what is fantasy type discussion in it, but it's kind of undertone where it didn't really clog up the book too much. So
Nice, nice. Yeah, I'm looking for a copy, man. I'm gonna find one and read it. All right, that brings us to number 1. I don't know how many of y'all got it as your number 1,
I think
but
we
It's
all
my
do. Yeah,
number
it's my
one.
number one.
Yeah.
That's
Jesus.
not mine.
Dave, you fucking.
Dave is
not
the standout.
It's
Boo!
not mine. Jonathan
I hope
Hickman,
you're
Marco
proud of
Checchetto.
yourself, Dave.
I just simply adore this older, this
Yeah, I mean,
like
okay,
not
by
as
all account,
wise,
this is like
untested.
so. This is like the type of issue that normally is pretty humdrum.
Yeah.
This is like the
Yeah.
second issue. They're like setting up stuff for later. There's like we're in a transition mode for a lot of stuff. But Peter going through the ropes. Peter like
Not knowing how to land.
interacting with his family,
Yeah.
learning how to be Spider-Man, and especially his interaction with the fucking Shocker is
Yeah,
such
just
an
fucking him up.
amazing thing.
Fucking him up twice.
Which I
You know,
love,
he
like
fell
Peter
for it
showing up,
twice.
and it's like he keeps falling for like his sob story, and he just keeps getting like blasted all the hell for
Blasted
it.
into oblivion.
I'm sure
Yeah.
third time's going to be the charm in the next issue, but like it's such a fun way to set up like who Peter Parker is and like
Yeah.
what is like just
Yeah, this
he's
is
he's an inherently nice guy. He felt
Yes.
terrible
Yeah.
that he scared his daughter. So like they are really getting Peter absolutely right.
oh yeah.
While still
That
also
got
like
me.
in an entirely different situation. This is exactly what this book should be.
Yes.
Take a
100%.
character that we know and love and put him in a situation that they are never going to do in the main 616,
Yeah.
Hey, quiet for a second. I'm your dad. It's okay. That got me.
Yeah, dude, he is a dad first, and that's something we haven't seen from Peter Parker. We just haven't. I don't give a fuck what you're reading. He's
Even,
always
like-
been Spider-Man first and said, no, I have to be Spider-Man to protect my family. That's always
Yes.
been his out. That's always
Yeah.
been his out.
I mean, his interaction with his family throughout the issue are all charming as hell. This is a standout moment, but I love at the beginning when like MJ's like, "Have you been working out?" He's like, "Kind of."
Yeah,
Like,
right?
and I also like the thing where it's like, well, you believe unicorns are real, and he's like, she's like, unicorns are real, exactly. So why do you care what he thinks? That was such a
Yeah.
great like dad foo moment, Like
Yes.
Exactly.
it's supportive of his daughter, but like just
Still supports her, but still allows her to lean into her imagination.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's not belittling anything. It's not pulling her into reality. It's letting her be a kid. And yeah, okay. And I love how you lean on that because Spider-Man, since the beginning, since Stan Lee first fucking wrote him, It was about this kid who was an awkward kid who did not function properly in society, being able to put on a mask and be a quote unquote better person. He was really,
Exactly.
really good as Spider-Man. He was a terrible Peter Parker. In this, Hickman flips the fucking script. Peter Parker is a great dad. He has a great job. Spider-Man is a terrible fucking Spider-Man in this. He's just bad at it. Shocker fucks him over twice. He can't even land. His suit is dog shit. Yeah, I just love that. I love how Hickman is taking something that we all know that is so familiar and flipping it in a way that is also familiar.
Yeah,
he does it in such an amazing way.
It feels so organic, you know, like this is like I could totally buy like this is how Peter would be if this was the point in his timeline where he became Spider-Man, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're also making it no secret that we're eventually getting to the reds and blues. It's on every fucking cover, but like
oh yeah. Oh, and his daughter in this.
And his daughter drew the
note.
picture. That was so fucking sweet.
That.
Like,
yes.
I love that.
You know,
I think we got to talk about, way too many pages in a bathhouse. I have no problem with this, but I'm just like, man, that was just a weird place to have these two guys chatting about.
I mean,
work.
I think it is very like old man New York thing to do. But
maybe that's what I'm missing. But I was just like, wow, really? We're in the sauna getting the fits.
I mean, if that's the only thing you're complaining about, that is a stupid thing to complain about. So that
I
pretty good.
I hated him leaning into Kingpin a little bit too much in this. I want to see more Kingpin, but I want to see how Kingpin leans into the rest of the shit.
That's what they did. I feel like that's what they did in this issue because that was our only branch to like the fucking Illuminati shit that Hickman's been doing everywhere else, you know. And I really like Kingpin, like just like. He may be like lower on the pecking order than this guy, but he ain't taking an ounce of shit from him.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everything is promised in this first arc. All right. That's the way Hickman typically does his first arcs for anything. And I think it's moving in a really good direction.
I really love Jonah and Ben. Like
I like their relationship.
Yeah.
It's like this professional, old school sort of.
And I understand like maybe they could have done that in like a coffee shop or something, but whatever.
Yeah, right. I mean, I just thought it was like, okay, that's
maybe they're in a sauna.
What a better place to talk about? What a better place to talk about the Kingpin inside of a sauna where no one else is going to be.
Yeah, that's
not wrong
with that. Like, you can't,
not wrong at all.
You can't put a bug in there, which just like get fritzed.
Yeah.
We're sitting in a sauna, nobody can hear us. Let's talk about the most evil, mafia person we can talk about right now.
Yeah.
I also love just kind of like flipping it on its head where like Jonah don't like, oh, that was a good story. The stuff with like the Spider-Man stuff. Like that's so like
not Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah being like the outsider's perspective of the people just blasting.
And that's what I was talking about the
story,
last time. That's what I was talking about the last time. It's like watch where Ben becomes like this great detractor towards Spider-Man, where Jonah's just like, dude, I want to talk about Spider-Man.
That is a great point. Like where Ben hates on Spider-Man. Where there's going to be a heartache. There's going to be a heartache.
It's a little bit there. I don't know if Hickman's going to do that, but it's a little bit there. They're showing the rift a little bit right there with that scene, where it's just like Jonah, like Spider-Man, Ben's just like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Exactly.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm anxious
it's
to
a
see
little
where Hickman
taste
goes
of what might come. A little.
Yeah,
but it's there.
It's very exciting. This Ultimate Spider-Man has been great. 2 issues in, there hasn't been a single bad panel, not even a bad page, not a bad panel.
No bad panels,
it's
no
been
bad pages.
Perfect so far. Perfect. All right, so Dave, we end with you. What is your number 1 book of the week?
The Holy Roller number 4.
Holy shit, this book. This is about a Jewish guy who beats up Nazis with bowling balls.
This is big.
He has entered his Batman arc. He has gadget bowling balls now.
Yeah, he's got a dude who's making gadget bowling balls for him that do weird shit, that bounce a certain way. He's like Captain America fucking throwing a shield, but it's a bowling ball.
It's more than
nuts,
just,
dude.
It's crazy. He's got like, these balls that have spikes that when somebody picks them up, they go through their hands. He's got small bowling balls. He's got like a bowling ball. He's got like a bowling ball that's on like a string, and it just wraps around and hits somebody in the face.
It seems like it has the same kind of energy as that Mystery Men movie from way back in the
it
day.
Does.
They even had a bowler in that movie.
It does kind of have that, but Remender is kind of doing a little bit more with that because it does have these socially relevant, against anti-Semitism and things like that, murdering Nazis, killing fascism. It really does have that feel to it.
Yeah,
all good. But then there's this guy who's just having fun as a really good bowler.
Yeah,
out there kicking Nazi ass with bowling
he's out there
balls.
kicking
So
kicking
stupid,
Nazi
I
ass.
love
He's
it.
out there kicking criminal ass, and people just like the people he rescue are like do not know what to make of it. He's just like,
Yeah,
hey,
they're
how
just
did
like,
that one-liner try
thanks.
out?
Yeah, they're like, thanks.
Hey, if you're going to party, I'm always down to party. Here's my phone number.
Pudding.
Pudding. Oh my
Like
god.
the villain's kid like got hit in the head with a bowling ball so hard he's like got brain problems now, and all he can say is pudding.
Pudding.
And his dad finally got tired of it at like
His
one of his
dad is
Nazi
Robert
meetings and kicked
Redford.
the shit out of him.
His
Yeah,
dad is like
it
a
was
Robert
just
Redford
wild.
analog. He kicks the shit out of him, throws him out of the house, and he's like, let that be an example to any of you. Like
It was so
the holy roller is
yeah.
right there on the roof.
Watching it like, oh,
this
yeah.
is this
Yeah,
is
it's great.
he has entered his Batman arc. It is fantastic.
yeah. Yeah, and this is all a part of, Rick Remender's new thing that he's doing. There's more of this to come. He's got like a whole bunch of other books planned for the rest of this year, and
I hope
he's
it's a
hitting on
team.
all cylinders right now, man.
I hope there's a team. Sports themed vigilante.
You just blew my mind.
No, don't make it sports themed. Make
Connect
it
the
like
universe.
make it things like bowling that are like not quite sports. Like have like a pickleballer or something.
Yeah,
like
or
that.
darts. Oh, you
Curling.
better not tell a pickleballer that they need a sport. They'll fucking
Man,
punch
if
you
it's
in the
something that
face.
fucking 70-year-old people do, no, it's not a fucking sport.
Curling,
Pickleball is a
lawn
game.
darts.
A curler.
Yeah, no, stop curling. Curling takes skill too, damn it. I'm gonna
Hey,
step
curling's
up and
in the
be-
Olympics.
Yeah, thank you. They want pickleball in the fucking Olympics, so I don't know. Maybe Andy's onto something, but pickleball is a game that like adults play that is meant for kids, but then
Hey, I had nothing against
weird.
pickleball. It's a great way
saw-
for seniors to
how
stay
about- how
active.
about a lawn darter?
Seniors.
I saw recently
Yes, I
Andre
stress
Agassi playing
seniors.
pickleball somewhere. I saw Andre Agassi playing pickleball.
Ain't
somewhere.
Andre Agassi in his fucking 60s?
He's
or
a
something
senior,
like that?
exactly.
Yeah.
He's a
Andre
senior.
Agassi is the greatest tennis player ever. He could play pickleball and nobody
No.
would
You
care.
don't see anybody
No.
playing pickleball like 7 o'clock at night. All right, it's
I
always
have-
like 9 to 10 o'clock in the morning. It's when
Where's my
everybody else is at work.
tapioca?
Okay?
I actually have opinions about best tennis player ever, and like I'm as surprised as you are, but yeah,
Andre Agassi's got the golden
He's a-
grand.
he's a great tennis player.
yeah.
But like I feel like Federer is objectively better, Nadal is objectively better.
I'm a McEnroe fan. He had a bad attitude.
McEnroe is a
had a
good
bad
player, but he's
attitude.
not one of the greats. He's more
He's like
memorable.
Pete Rose. He's like the Pete
He is
Rose.
more
of
memorable
tennis.
for his like personality than he is for his play.
Yeah,
Yes.
like Pete
If
Rose.
he hadn't
kinda like
blown
Pete
up,
Rose.
if he hadn't blown up on that line judge, we wouldn't remember him today.
Yeah. Oh, I love that shit. Awesome. That's us, dude. That's a wrap. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. We appreciate it. If you love what we're doing, check out what the Bullies are doing. Leroy and Eli doing a show later on tonight. Pop culture. They'll probably talk about Avatar. Way more than we did.
Well, I just
Who knows?
watched it.
But check them out. Check them out. They do comics, TV, movies, sometimes even sports. I mean, it's whack over there. They do
Video
everything, but-
games.
video games. I love it. I love that show. If you want links to what they got going on and what we got going on, go to outrightgeekery.com. Links to all the videos, the audios, the socials, everything, including the group. No bullying. Go to outrightgeekery.com. Click on the Facebook group. Hang out over there. Andy is doing a hell of a job.
Hey, that's me.
Hell of a job. No bullying. Come back tomorrow night shortly after 7, probably about 7:10, 7:15 for our preview show. We're going to talk about all the new books coming out this week, and it's a pretty hefty handful. I had a chance to look at some of the books coming out, and I've already read at least one of them, maybe more by tomorrow. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out, everybody. We really appreciate it. But thanks to, most of all, to these 3 jokers for hanging out with this joker.
Waka
Always
waka.
fun.
I love when I get to use that one.
Mm.
We are going to do it again next time.
Same geek time, same geek channel.
Man, Dave just kept it